to another video. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I forgot how to do this. Anyway, guys, we know that we've been gone for so long, but we're back now. But no promises. We'll try and be consistent. I think.
You think?
Are we not gonna try?
There's no more trying. We are gonna be consistent.
We're gonna be consistent. So yes, for those of you who don't know, I'm Nolo and this is my husband Webster. It feels so good to say my husband. Hey, do you know husband? In the husband, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. In today's video, basically, we'll be talking about life in general. Like our first year of marriage. We're not giving advice because we're fairly new in this industry, so we're just gonna talk about
This and that, really. About, yeah.
our experiences. Kindly note it's ours. How we feel and how it is so far.
Yeah.
October, November. So we've been married for how long? A year and 2 months.
Yeah.
How was the experience for you?
It's been...
Focus, please.
I think the para change between...
The what?
Yeah.
The what? The what?
The para change between being in a relationship and in a marriage. I mean, you can immediately... I'm not saying it changes anything really, but you can immediately sense the... What do they call it? The if I should call it belonging. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like when you're in a relationship, you know, it can easily go sideways at any given moment.
But even in marriage,
It's a bit
I
different.
beg to differ.
In marriage, I think you go in with a different approach than you would.
In a relationship. So does that only happen when you like married, or it's
Not necessarily.
sorry guys, planes flying. Does it only happen in marriage or even when you're still in the relationship? Like when you're still
It,
dating?
it can happen while you're still dating, but you see, with marriage comes with a whole lot of. As much as you beg to differ, but it comes with a whole lot of commitment and a whole lot of sacrificing.
Okay.
Other than being in a relationship. In a relationship, at any given moment, especially if you feel like this person is, if you're not sure, if I should put it that way, you can easily walk away or you can easily say no to sacrificing. But in marriage and with a baby involved, I think you have to. When it comes to sacrificing, you kill.
So babe, how was your first year in marriage with me, of course?
Well, it's been. I love it. I think it's, as I say, it's different. It's different. Like you know that everything that you do, you either do for your marriage or you protect your marriage. So, I've been loving it so far.
Can I say my experience?
Yeah.
I feel like this was the most peaceful period of our relationship ever. Quick enough, babe. Honestly, I feel like this was the most peaceful. Like our 4th year was the most peaceful. We would fight here and there because of me. I'd like to believe, and sometimes because of you, but mostly because of me.
Mostly.
Yeah. So I feel like in our marriage, or in this past year that we were together, we were more balanced than before.
Yeah. Which takes me back to my point.
we were more balanced. But I feel like you are saying, in marriage, we were more committed in marriage than we were in our relationship.
Not even. What I mean is, in marriage there's a whole lot to do. It's literally not just about you guys anymore.
No, but let's not include let's not involve the fact that we have a baby.
No, not just the baby.
Like, is it about trying to make the marriage work?
Yes.
Okay, is it different? Do you feel like our marriage or being married is different than when we were in a relationship?
Totally.
I don't feel like that.
Totally. I feel like before marriage,
Mhm.
there were these fights that were completely unnecessary.
We still have those
But
fights.
in marriage, you dodge those fights. Like you dodge those bullets completely, and for many reasons. I mean, in marriage, you can't just pack your bags and walk out.
You
No, you can't.
Okay.
You can't. There's a whole lot of dynamics to it. You just can't. I can't just stand up now and leave. That's not how it works.
Okay.
But with
Yeah.
a relationship, at any given moment, you can just disappear. You understand?
Okay. And then another question that I have for you is: do you feel like we got married early at a young age?
We could have gotten married earlier, but yeah, not
Do-
really. I don't think so.
Do
I
you
think it came at the right time.
do you think you would have married me? Because I know this is what most people actually think. Do you think you would have married me if I had not gotten pregnant? Or if I wasn't pregnant at that time when we got married? Would we be married now?
I would, I would think so, but I think we had a couple of fights before finding out that we were pregnant. So that kind of led us to finding out that we were pregnant.
Okay.
The fact that those fights, we didn't know where those fights were coming from
Okay.
until we figured out that no, it's because
Okay, I understand what you're saying. But then those fights that we were having, they were the making or the breaking of us. Because
at that if I sorry to cut you off, but at that time it was the breaking of us.
yes.
'Cause-
So I'm going to my question. So had we not found out that we were pregnant at that time, we would have broken up. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. I think we would have stuck it out, but it would have been tough. It would have been very tough. But let's also not ignore the fact that those fights were because of the pregnancy.
Because I was pregnant
Yes.
and
Most of those fights were because you were super emotional. You were just yeah.
okay.
So those I believe that those fights didn't just come because we were just fighting. It was coming because we didn't understand what was going on. You didn't understand what was
My
going on.
body was
with
going
you.
through certain
Yes.
changes that we were not aware of.
Yes, and then I would retaliate because I also didn't understand what was going on. If I had known, chances are we wouldn't even have fought. If I had known where we stood in the situation, that 2 months, then that 2 months would have been smooth.
Then, and
I'm not
do
saying
you
I'm
realize
blaming,
that?
I'm not saying I'm blaming the
I
parents,
know,
but
I know.
had we known,
But do you realize that the 2 months that we were fighting, like that 2 months, we've had like the most ridiculous fights in the 2 months that we've ever had in our relationship ever.
hence I say that those fights were, I think they were on, sorry, I think they were on the path of breaking us. Not to say that we would have split, but they were literally on the path. Until we found out, then it changed the whole thing. It just
We changed gears.
Yeah, it changed the whole thing like completely. It then became a situation of, okay, you know what? I'm not going to retaliate because I understand what's going on. So whenever you pick a fight, I dodge a bullet.
But my love, I'm still asking. Do you think we got married early, at an early age?
No. As I said, I think it came at the right time. I think it came at the right time. My reason for saying that is it's helped us a lot, if I should put it that way.
Okay.
From where we were a year ago until now, I think a lot has come right, if I should say.
True. Fine.
So, yeah, I think it came at just the right time. Honestly, I think,
And we are more responsible. I feel like we are more responsible.
yeah,
We are more mature. And a lot came with, I think, I'm just going to include this. I think the fact that we had a baby also added to the maturity and responsibility.
Yeah.
Because now we no longer, although I know I'm the splurger in the relationship, like I spend money, like I have it. So, but it helped us a lot in knowing or sharing our responsibilities, knowing that if you are dealing with, let's say, your responsibility is making sure that there's a roof under our heads, like the three of us. We had to know that one salary can't cater for that, can't cater for everything.
Yeah.
So in the whole, okay, if you're dealing with this, let's share. The wife will do the other part.
Yeah. I think it came, yeah, as you say, it helped us mature more.
But we're not saying go have babies. Babies,
Yeah.
don't have babies.
But
We don't advocate for having babies
yeah,
unless you're financially stable, mentally ready, and you've got a good support structure. Like,
okay. Anyway, yeah, yeah. I just think, as I said, between then and now, yeah, there's a whole lot of maturing that happened.
you can see with our bodies
Hey,
that we've matured like fine wine.
are you saying that I'm fat?
I said we've matured.
Are you saying I'm?
I said we. So why are you picking yourself? You're picking on yourself.
Okay.
Why are you picking on yourself? Are you fat?
No, I'm not.
You're not fat, my love.
Chubby.
You're just well built.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think the way I see it, I think it's been not a roller coaster, not at all. It's been
Hence I said
not smooth sailing,
the
but it's
first year
been
was-
it's been quite. What's the word for learning?
we've been learning a lot.
We've been learning a lot.
We've been
for
giving
sure.
each other chances to make faults or to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But mistakes that both of us will be able to sit down and talk about
Yeah, yeah.
and resolve. Excuse me. So in that sense I believe we've grown. Look at us, man.
You're getting old, bro.
Yeah. You're 28.
Yeah, I can't be getting that old, bro.
But you are old.
Hey. But anyway, that 1 year came with a wonderful little.
Princess.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wonderful.
And
If you ask me.
no, she's like wonderful. I think adding on top of that is the responsibility of being parents. Yeah, that shapes you. I think not, let me put it this way. I think if you're committed to being a parent, it changes you. You will change regardless. Doesn't matter what type of person you were, you will change if you
How?
are committed to being a parent. Just because the baby is yours doesn't mean that you basically being a parent in the child's life. There's a lot of people that obviously we know. So if you're committed to being a parent, it does change you, regardless. It changes.
Do you think I've changed?
A lot.
I don't think so.
No,
I think I'm still crazy and young at heart and all these things.
And all of that, but there's limits now. You limit yourself.
Do I?
Let me set an example.
Mm-hmm.
It's like drinking. If you used to be a heavy drinker and you committed to being a parent, you won't be a heavy drinker anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
For the okay, how old is our daughter? She's nearly 10 months. So are you saying that from how we used to drink, I'm setting an example. I'm not saying we're drinkers. From how we used to drink, right?
Yeah.
And party all night long and all that, to how we drink now, is it better? Or
yeah, it's way better.
The limits.
As I say, the limit. Like, for example, if you were to go out, or let's say, for example, I go out drinking with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll probably enjoy the first hour or two at most.
Mm-hmm.
On the third hour going onwards, I'll be thinking, okay, has she eaten? Is she sleeping? Like, I'll be thinking about all of that.
Nappy changes.
So I'll be, if for the lack of a better word, guilty. I'll be feeling guilty to say, okay,
I'm doing it alone.
Yeah.
And
so hence I say there's some sort of limit that it brings.
Okay, yesterday we spoke about something. I just didn't want us to dwell in it because I wanted to bring it to the video. We spoke about how one parent can switch off from the child.
Yeah. That's the other thing. That's what makes me feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know how tiring Chloe can get.
Okay.
So, and I know you.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm out there probably enjoying with the guys, I'll be thinking, Ish, if my wife switches off while Chloe's being annoying, that's gonna be a problem.
She's gonna get a beating.
Yeah, and so I'd be feeling, hence I say I'd be feeling guilty, like a whole lot. Then eventually I'd tell the guys, look guys, I need to go. We enjoyed our time, but I need to go back to the house.
So it's more like priorities have changed in a way.
Hence I say priorities brings a lot of limits.
Wow.
Because you then decide to limit yourself to say, you know what, I'm not saying that, look, like for example, look at now, Chloe's with her grandmother. We could have just gone crazy and wild and but we don't, because not to say that it's not in us anymore, but we'd be out there partying, as I say, we'll enjoy the first hour or two.
And then we'll be thinking
then
of
one of us will start sobbing and switching off from the fun, and just, do you understand what I mean?
And we are not saying that we don't have fun.
We're not saying we don't have fun,
but it's now different from how it used to be.
And I think the type of fun that we have now.
That's what I'm saying. It's different because now we opted for, if she's not around, then it's our time.
Exactly. So it's not always just about drinking and partying and so on and so on. I mean, the type of fun that we have now is different than the one that we used to have in the relationship. In the relationship, we'd go out
like Monday to Monday.
So it became, now you can't. Like, I don't even feel that itch anymore to just go out on a Monday and go sit at a pub or something. I don't feel that anymore. In fact, I'd rather come back home, have a drink, and then, than to go out there, splash money, come back. Yeah, the money part as well. I think that also.
Oh my.
I think that also. Sometimes when you spend, hence I say I feel guilty, because I'll buy maybe like a bucket, sit there like at a club. Buy a bucket, sit there with the guys. I'll drink, but before I finish that bucket, I'll be calculating already in my
What you
head,
could have.
not intentionally, but it just comes. You start thinking. Hence, sometimes I prefer we rather buy everything, whatever money that's left, then we can spend. Because now you buy nappies and this and that, but you forgot to buy something as simple as wipes. You'll be feeling guilty that crap, I haven't bought wipes, and now you
Now
start,
I'm drinking the money
now you
that we're
start
supposed to be
calculating and so on
using.
and so on and so on. Yeah. Not to say that no, I'm not saying that everybody should go have babies now and all that.
Don't have babies.
But
Do not have babies. So
I think for me, it gave me like it changed. Yeah, it changed my perspective of life completely. I think, yeah, that sense of responsibility.
And isn't it weird that our marriage came with a baby? Like our first year marriage came with a baby in it.
Yeah, it's quite odd.
It's not something like it's something that happens, yes. It's not like it's we are the first people to experience it. But like most people usually or elderly people, they usually say get married, enjoy each other
And
and then have babies. And with us it's like we're already planning to get married and we just so happened to get pregnant the same year. And
yeah, I think
now here we are.
I think that's I wanted to go back to that question that you asked. For me, it was a matter of I had already planned that year or last year, I should say.
Was it last year?
I'm saying that year.
29 to 2020 has been long, but
So that year I had already been planning that. It's just that it was gonna be later in the year. I had planned for December and it happened in September. You
because
understand?
it had to happen.
Because it had to happen. So it was something that was already in the pipeline. Hence, I say, if you like the question that you asked before while we were fighting, I don't think we would have gotten married. I think it was gonna take us longer because we'd have to first resolve and repair and before we got to that point. But the moment we understood what the issue was, it helped us to repair and resolve a lot quicker
than we usually or normally would.
And then you start getting considerate and so on and so on.
So what's your goal for our second year in marriage? I'm asking you the question.
I'm thinking for me it's all about bigger and better. Okay. It's all about seeing where we've come from. But I'm saying this before marriage. Seeing where we've come from until now. Yeah,
it's been a joyride.
So yeah, it's been. So hence I say for me, I
think, you look stressed.
No, I'm thinking now. It's all as I say. It's all about bigger and better. I just want things to always to get better than they are.
Than they are right now.
I'm not saying they're bad. Like they're not bad at all. But
we comfortable, semi-comfortable.
So I just want. Hence I say bigger and better. I want, just
a big machine.
Oh yes. But most importantly, I think if we can secure our house, that would make personally that would
in
make
the next few years.
That would make my year.
So okay.
That's the most important thing for me right now. I think getting a house and knowing that this is our home. I think that will open the door, if I should put it that way. That will open the door to many other opportunities.
So here's to many more babies from surrogates. Yeah. I'm definitely not getting pregnant.
Just like that.
Pregnancy is hard. I think it's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it some other day. But I also think parents, or as for me, I'll speak about my aunt. They didn't, like, in our community, I don't think elderly people actually tell you how difficult pregnancy is. You know it's difficult, but they don't explain it to what extent. It's difficult.
True.
So that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
We'll unpack it some other time, guys.
Yeah.
For now, we just wanted to say we are back! Cheers! And yes, we've been gone. If you guys would like to know why we were not uploading videos, please let us know. But it's nothing serious. We were just gone, taking a break. So please don't forget. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on our socials. As for me, I am on Facebook. I'm Nolo Gift Mashile Mawela. On Instagram, I do not know. On Twitter, I do not know. But we'll put everything down at the description box for all of y'all to follow. And you are who?
W Slim Mawela. On Twitter and Instagram, it's W Slim. And yeah. But yeah, we'll, as we said, we'll put everything in the description box below.